All right. It is now time for me to take over with everybody's third least favorite segment. It is time for Story Story Sudds Story, not Sudds Story, as it's called. This is easy, guys. I am going to read out a news headline, and all you guys have to do is figure out whether this is a true headline, a story, or it is a fake headline that I made up, a Sudds story. All right. It's easy as that. You will get points if you are right. In the end, often you tie because I don't come up with a tie break. But, I'll try and make that a little bit better this time. Maybe. So, here we go. Any questions before we start?
We don't usually tie, I usually win.
Correct. An interesting use of the question function. In the first category, we are coming from the world of baseball and gambling. Ohio is legalizing sports betting, and Pete Rose is scheduled to make the first ever bet upon official legalization. Ohio is legalizing sports betting, and Pete Rose is scheduled to make the first ever bet upon official legalization. Okay. All right, gents. Mike, is that a story or a Sudds story?
I can't see it. Sudds story.
I can't really see that. You're saying Sudds story. Jay, you are saying story. We kick off with a bang, and congratulations go to Jay, for that is a story.
Damn.
Story.
America's so crazy.
It is pretty funny. That is for sure. All right. Coming up next, Jay up 1-0. I was going to actually keep track this time because I'm bad at that. Jay up 1-0. The next story is from the world of skateboarding. The city of Tampa Bay has voted to make skateboarding a criminal offense. The city of Tampa Bay in Florida has voted to make skateboarding a criminal offense.
Okay.
All right. Jay, what are you saying? Jay is saying story once again.
Mike, story as well.
You are saying story as well. Well, interestingly enough, this is a Sudds story.
Damn it.
So you are both wrong. Jay still winning by 1 point. I will say, however, I did steal this story because, in fact, Tampa Bay has just made skateboarding not a criminal offense. It has been a criminal offense up until now. So there you go. A little tricksiness from me. The next story, or Sudds story, is from the world of hunting. A Californian man accidentally shoots and kills a tree planted in memory of a friend he accidentally shot and killed 2 years ago. One more time. A Californian man accidentally shoots and kills a tree planted in memory of a friend he accidentally shot and killed 2 years ago.
All right, I'm good.
All right. Mike says he is ready. I can never read what he puts up on the screen.
Story, though.
So you're saying story.
I just want it to be true.
And Jay, you were saying Sudds story. I can read that. All right. Things are interesting again. And Jay, you are correct.
Damn it.
That was a Sudds story.
Shouldn't play with your heart. I just wanted that to be true.
I wanted it to be true. I definitely wanted it to be true. But
I often wonder how I come up with some of the fake stories too.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I think that means that I might be damaged a little bit. The next story is from the world of cornhole. Everybody's favorite sport to say out loud, cornhole. Big changes are coming to cornhole rules after scandal rocked the American Cornhole League Championships. And remember, sorry, I didn't say at the beginning, but you guys are allowed to ask follow-up questions.
Ask, what happened?
I do that, and then why are big changes coming?
So there was a real scandal in the championships that happened over the summer regarding the size and weight of the bags. And in the championships, both teams were not using bags that were the right size.
Okay. What's the total purse for like the American Championship winner? How much do they win? So
I did read that, and I cannot remember whether it was $15,000 or $25,000. I believe $25,000.
I would have assumed like a Bass Pro gift card or something like that. But
that was my assumption as well. I was surprised to
I'm
thousands of dollars. All
Sudds
right.
Story.
So
Story.
again, different. Jay saying Story Story, Mike saying Sudds Story. And this is, in fact, a point for Mike.
There we go.
Because that was
Let's
a
go.
Sudds Story.
Let's go.
what?
What's the score here?
The score here is 2-1 for Jay, and we are going into the last one.
Did you come up with that story off of a story that was different? Because there literally is a dust-up in professional cornhole in America for cheating.
What did I say?
You said it was Sudds Story.
Oh, my bad. It's Story Story.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Sorry.
Good thing I keep an eye on the goddamn news.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I wrote the wrong thing underneath it. I wrote that it was a Sudds Story underneath of it. Just taking credit for a real story. Apologies, Mike. You don't have a chance.
Great. This last question's worth 5 points, I heard.
This last question is worth. Jay's winning 3-0. This last question is worth 2.5 points. This is from the world of world records. Often bring up world records on here.
Mm-hmm.
An American man has beaten the record for most apples sliced in half with a samurai sword while bouncing on a pogo stick. An American man has beaten the record for most apples sliced in half with a samurai sword while bouncing on a pogo stick.
How many apples?
Sentence structure issues there all over the place.
Yeah, how many apples was it?
It was 56 apples.
And it was like,
Yeah,
were they
time
thrown
frame?
at him like
Yeah.
one at a time?
They were thrown at him one at a time. 74 apples were thrown in the allotted time period. He hit 63 of them, but only sufficiently sliced in half
Wait,
56.
it was in a lot of time period?
Yeah, that was not mentioned, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, Jay is writing it down, and Mike is saying...
Sudds Story, big pile of bullshit.
Story.
pile of bullshit. Sudds Story by Mike and Story from Jay. Just let me confirm that I did write the correct thing under the headline. I did. This is, in fact, a Story.
God damn, did I go over 5?
Jay cleans up with a 4 out of 5, and Mike 0 for 5.
Jeez, what is this, Alcohollywood Anonymous?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Also, just wanted to... Unfortunately, you guys didn't ask me the names of anybody. The most interesting name came from that last story. The guy throwing the apples is known as Jonathan Hollywood Hannon.
That's a great name. Very strong name.
Great name. I'm glad we didn't need a tie break, because the tie break was going to be the story about the NASCAR riding the walls. So
I know that one. All right. That is it for us tonight, Friday evening. And I think, I can tease the listeners a little bit. I think we're going to roll back with Alcohollywood Anonymous on our next episode. And so that's just exciting stuff all around. But with that, we'll leave you and see you next time.